Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender regime boxing, checking back in with y'all, man. What's good? What's good, man? Ryan Garcia calls out Errol Spence, says that he wants Errol the True Spence Jr. next, willing to go up to 154. He's even mentioned fighting Sebastian Fundora, newly unified champion at 154. And recently on a live, he says that he wants Errol Spence in particular because of the issues between Errol Spence and Derrick James. I'm pretty sure y'all heard about that. You know, first and foremost, let me say this before we get into it. I'll never underestimate Ryan Garcia again. I never put anything past Ryan Garcia ever again. You feel what I'm saying? What he showed me in that Devin Haney fight, the whole world underestimated Ryan Garcia, and I was one of his biggest detractors and underestimators. I never do it again. So let me get that out there. With that being said, Errol Spence is a whole different beast than Devin Haney. Now, we seen what happened to Errol Spence versus Terrence Bud Crawford. Got brutally beaten down. You dig what I'm saying? If y'all thought I was fucked up behind, Devin Haney losing, I was fucked up behind Errol Spence losing. And Ryan Garcia got me drinking Don Julio on a weeknight. So I'm fucked up. And the last thing I want to see is Ryan Garcia go beat down another one of my favorite fighters. You feel what I'm saying? However, Errol Spence is a totally different beast. And what we can't do is pretend like it's more than one Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford it's one Terrence Crawford. One Terrence Crawford. Just because Terrence Crawford did what he did to Errol Spence, don't mean that any old person, any old fighter can just go in that ring and put their hands on Errol Spence and make it look like that. Terrence Crawford is the number one pound for pound best fighter on the planet. You put him up against anybody, I'm picking Terrence Crawford. I don't care where they fighting at. I'm picking Terrence Crawford. That's how good the brother is. That's what he showed me on that night. Now again, I would never underestimate Ryan Garcia again, especially in a fight like this with Errol Spence coming off of a loss like that. We don't know what Errol Spence is going to look like bouncing back. Now, I know the heart of Errol Spence. I know the determination of Errol Spence. You saw that in the fight versus Terrence Crawford. Got knocked down multiple times, kept getting back up. Finished the fight on his feet. The ref had to stop it because Errol Spence wasn't going to quit. He ain't got no quit in him. And styles make fights. Errol Spence is a bigger guy. 154 is a different beast from fighting at 35 and 40. We don't know what Ryan Garcia will look like at 154, but on the fight on April 20th, he looked big as hell in the ring. You feel what I'm saying? He looked big, he looked strong. And I think he would fill out well at 47. I even think he'll look good as far as his frame at 154. But can he beat Errol the True Spence Jr.? That's a whole nother ball game. Styles make fights. Now, the other glaring question and mystery in this is with Errol Spence and Derrick James completely cutting ties, going through a lawsuit right now, who in the hell is going to train Errol Spence? I say give DAZN a call. I would also like for Errol Spence, to give Robert Garcia a call. I've always been a big fan of Mikey Garcia, one of my favorite fighters. And Mikey Garcia himself even said that he and Errol Spence were a lot alike. I think Robert can work with Errol. You dig what I'm saying? And kind of help him sharpen up on some stuff. You feel me? I like what Robert did with Mikey, with Mikey, of course. One of the most skilled Mexican fighters that I ever seen. And I like what he did with Marcos Maidana, taking his jab to the next level and helping him, you know, step his game up. Because Marcos Maidana, before he got with Robert Garcia, was just a wild brawler. But then when he got with Robert, that shit turned into more organized chaos. You feel what I'm saying? So that's another glaring question. Who is going to train Errol Spence? You feel what I'm saying? And with Errol lining up to fight Sebastian Fundora being out 6 months, Errol is open. I think he open to do business. And I believe the Errol Spence and Ryan Garcia fight in Cowboy Stadium right here in Dallas, Texas, gonna go crazy. The pay-per-view numbers gonna go crazy. The gate gonna go crazy. They fuck around, sell that bitch out. Will they fill out the whole 100,000? I don't know. But they gonna get that. They'll put 70,000 in that bitch. Errol Spence and Ryan Garcia put 70,000 in Cowboy Stadium. They'll put 70,000 in there. Maybe even 80. They'll fill it. They'll fill that bitch up. Maybe not to the 100,000, but they gonna put 70,000, 80,000 in that motherfucker. And you know, Ryan Garcia, coming off of the performance he just had, the promotion leading up to that, you know, flexed his star power, flexed his gamesmanship, the mental strategies, you know, winning the mental edge over Devin Haney. All that shit you gotta respect going into his next fight. Any future opponent of Ryan Garcia, you gotta respect that shit now. Cause now it's like shit. Everything he take, everything he say, everything he do, you gotta pay attention to it. Cause you don't ever know if he swaying the pendulum some, you know, this way or that way. You know what I mean? He earned that respect. So again, Ryan Garcia calls out Errol Spence. He say he want to put hands on him. He say, you fucking with my coach. You know, you disrespecting my coach. You did Derrick James wrong. I love the way he's sticking up for Derrick James. I fuck with Derrick James heavy. You know what I'm saying? Another Dallas native. Shout out Derrick James. You know, congratulations on the win. Big win. Because you went on the losing streak and you got this big win. And now you got another big fight coming up with Frank Martin and Tank Davis. So, you know, shout out to Derrick James. And I like the fact that Ryan Garcia is sticking up for Derrick James, but hey man, this might be some business that you don't want to get into. I ain't gonna lie, cause again, just because Terrence Crawford did what he did to Errol Spence, that don't mean any old blowjo off the street just gonna put their hands on Errol Spence and come out that motherfucker clean. I'm just saying. And you going up to 154 where Errol Spence is gonna be a lot more strong. You know what I'm saying? He gonna feel a lot better. You know, energy, I think he'll have more energy. And again, styles make fights. I think, and Errol Spence is a southpaw. What that left hook gonna look like versus a southpaw? You know, that left hook a little bit harder to get off on a southpaw. Feel what I'm saying? That left hook a little bit more dangerous to throw on a southpaw, especially a southpaw with a great jab like Errol Spence. But another thing is, a caveat is, Derrick James know Errol Spence. He know his weaknesses. He remembered the conversations him and Errol Spence had about, damn, I don't like getting hit right here. Or I don't like getting hit right there. You know what I'm saying? Or, dang, before the fight, I feel this way. Or, like, he know Errol Spence secrets. And trust and believe, if it came down to it, and especially if they beefing right now, they at odds about this money. Man, say if that fight happened, Derrick James gonna give Ryan Garcia all the sauce. So, Earl gonna be up against Ryan Garcia and Derrick James. But this is interesting, man. I think Ryan Garcia has reached a level to where he has transcended just the normal structure of boxing. I mean, boxing really ain't got no structure to begin with. You see a motherfucker can intentionally miss weight and then have the fight go on and still do whatever the fuck he want to do. I think Ryan Garcia has transcended just the general structure of boxing. Like, fuck it, fuck 47. He ain't the first fighter to ever like jump a weight class and shit like that, but just the way he moving, the antics outside the ring, and then having that translate in the ring, I think Ryan Garcia has reached a level of star power and relevance in the game to where he really can pick and choose who he want to fight. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. How do y'all feel about Ryan Garcia calling out Errol Spence? Do you think that's a winnable fight for Ryan Garcia? Do you think that it's a makeable fight? I know Errol Spence don't never turn down no fades, and I know that bag gonna be right. So if they come correct with Errol Spence, you know, he gonna sign on that dotted line. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Contender Regime Boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.